May I have some slight knee space?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. All right. I think we're in now.
All right.
I know there's sound on this screen.
Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to Saginaw Valley State University Esports. We have our third week of competition, the Overwatch team. Tonight, already in game. Getting right into it here.
Yeah, this is a very nice wall we've got here. And we are going to be facing Fuel, Fanshawe Fuel, I believe.
That will be the team we're fighting tonight, yes.
Yes. It should be up there. Yeah, we can see the names. We're streaming up. It's so small. Oh no, I see an issue with it now. Oh wait, never mind. That's better. Okay, problem solved. Anyways, right back into it. We've got SVSU running the patented pharmacy, I believe. No, that's Fuel running. No, yeah,
Fuel.
The names are indeed swapped. Good to know. Yes, we will have the look. How do you feel about pharmacy?
Pharmacy could be worse. Honestly, it just comes down to how good the other team's DPS is. If you have the Pocketed Ash or the Widowmaker hitting shots, then Pharmacy doesn't really do much.
That is, however, with Joe Biden Pog doing a very good job of just playing out of the line of sight of the two hit scans on the enemy team. And we do see the Rat Ditto on tank.
This is definitely something, this character, the big ball hamster, just got some buffs, so has been being played a lot more. Definitely a good character right now.
Yes, while Hammond is a little hamster, the official name for the hero is Wrecking Ball. No one calls him Wrecking Ball. If you hear us say the Rat or Hammond, that will be referring to the little boy.
That will in fact be that. Looks like Saginaw Valley passing over the halfway point on this checkpoint. If you're new to Overwatch, the goal of this part of the map is to hold on to this center zone for as long as possible. As long as you're on it, contesting it, it will tick up until the percentage will tick up. So far as the other team doesn't take control for a certain amount of time.
Also, Mercy, now being a burst healer after a few changes, her healing is increased whenever her target is below 50% health, meaning you aren't killing anything if Mercy's healing it.
Nope.
Good luck.
Not anymore.
You gotta shoot the Mercy first now. It's no longer an option.
Especially in Pharmacy, jeez.
Now we'll be seeing SVSU coming up on almost 4 ults this fight, having used the barrage last fight to try and catch out just a bit more percent, and it did work. Meanwhile, Fuel, we do need to swap the names over still. Fuel not having any ults to their name. They will be coming up on Kiriko as soon as I say that, though.
We'll have the High Noon and the Bob probably sometime soon this fight. That'll be really good for stalling out the point, but not if they all get booped off. Trades are coming in. Couple DPS down. The res is coming in on both sides. Nemo finding a kill. Getting in there, getting as much damage as possible. That'll be Cassie having to back up. We see Fanshawe's Fuel. We'll see it there. We'll just go Fuel. That works.
Right, yes. And meanwhile, we see what has made the ball what's made the Rat pretty prominent in lower elos of just the stall.
Look at that.
Spin around pillar and stall.
And we can see finally we do manage to get the ball off point for just enough time to take control.
However, they did get about 20% off that. Now they're going to be coming back with a full team regroup. Bob going in. Joe Biden Pog, however, does find a pick on the Kiriko, so it's going to be a bit harder for Fuel to actually get in. The Bob sort of just doing his best to solo contest the point right now.
Going to see a couple of ults coming out there for Fuel, really trying to get this as soon as possible. They don't want Saginaw to tick up too far, because if you get it to 99, it's very difficult to win. All it takes is one team fight to lose at that point. Beautiful shot there from Painted, finding the headshot onto Pure. That'll be, I believe, about 3-2 in Fuel's favor right now. They're definitely up in this fight. Oh, never mind.
We're about to be up. There it is.
There we go, and that will be Fuel taking this team fight. Although we are contesting a little bit, Saginaw trying to keep it up. We did see it tick up to 99% there.
Yep.
Saginaw's just really got to win one more team fight, and that'll be it.
As soon as Neo saw that, he was like, all right, my job here is done. And the little ball wiggle.
the wiggle.
So they are holding on to High Noon, which is going to make it a bit harder for Joe Biden Pog to actually do much as far, but also we are sitting on a Velk, Barrage, and Mines, so good luck to that Cassidy for getting anything off.
Soon have the video ult as well, and Pure's Tracer will get it in just a second. This will be a huge press Q moment for Saginaw Valley. They should just be able to run over the team and get the point back. That shouldn't be too much of an issue.
We see Fuel having swapped to the Lucio, and sadly Fury does go down early in the fight. Dynamite into Ash body shot, not what you can do about that sometimes, but he does get rezzed, and a huge barrage coming out, putting a bunch of pressure on the Fuel's backline. The Mercy pistol.
We see it, the Battle Mercy getting in there, the healer's doing the damage.
And actually, it looks like SVSU's down in this fight.
It'll be kind of close here. No more res for Saginaw. Lots of ults. They will be able to stall for a while. Joe Biden Pog just trying to get in some range damage. Nemo doing his best to stall. Does have 1,100 health. That's something.
They did indeed buff that shield a good bit. Yeah, we're not going to go into that ability yet. He just go back to spin. We've got a good amount. We've actually still have a good chance of getting through this. Pierre does go down to the Ash Dynamite. That's going to be putting out a major amount of damage every time it hits. Today having swapped to Lucio.
Both teams at 99% here. Pretty much whoever wins this team fight wins this part of the map. This would be huge. Both switch onto Lucio just to get back as quick as possible. The ball's duking it out on point. Lots of kills coming in from Cassidy. Fuel doing their best, getting all the damage out that they need to. Saginaw just can't hold on through all of the pressure. Going to be a little bit close. Still have the ball on there. Nemo trying his hardest, but there's just too many fuel on point.
We can say they had too much fuel for that fight.
They had a bit too much fuel.
We've put too much fuel on the fire.
A little bit. Very close though.
Going into round 2, let's see what map are we on? Village? Yes, it is.
Yes, Village. Not quite sure the rotation. Is there? I
there's
believe
not.
There's that. Okay.
It just chooses.
It just chooses.
So Village is going to have the point on the inside with a high ground that makes it pretty annoying to actually push up through mid half the time. We're going to be seeing Nemo immediately swap to the Reinhardt and Joe Biden on the Sim, looking for a hard contest top right most likely.
Got fuel on the Ram, the Ramatra. It'll be a little bit more difficult for Nemo to play around his shield because Ramatra has some abilities that go through that. But if Reinhardt gets close enough, that'll do easily more damage than the Ramatra. So it'll be kind of up to Saginaw to get in and close and personal. Get Nemo swinging on the opponents.
It looks like we're just going to be ignoring the high ground entirely, saying, look, you guys can have that. We're going to take point. If you have to come to us, we don't care about your poke comp.
This is now Saginaw Valley pretty much on the defense here. The point doesn't really activate for a good 20 seconds at the start of the round, so not making any progress quite yet, but will in just a second, and that'll be up to Fuel to take the initiative and get on the point.
Fuel having more of a poke comp, so it'll be more in favor of them if they don't need to go in, so if they get point control earlier, play the high ground. Meanwhile, SVSU swapping to an entire Brawl. We do, however, see Pierre going down at the start, and now the Brawl is going to be swapping out on point a bit. Fuel having to just back up as the Ramatra almost goes down. Reaper's racing through.
See, Nemo takes some damage, have to back up. He doesn't really want to fight the Reaper. The Reaper can get a whole bunch of life steal just by shooting the Rhine. He can pretty much not die. See, the Ramatra as well does a lot more. Nemo, you see, getting in there, doing the swings. Ramatra taking a lot of damage. We do see his ult. That came up quickly.
Nemo also has it.
Probably managing to take everybody out there. The Ramatra ult doing everything that it needs to do.
Ramatra is just doing everything. If you hit that, it's basically you get point control most of the time.
That's pretty much how it works. Pretty much how it works.
Guys, it's balanced. It's on a cap of 20 seconds.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's balanced.
Ramatra's ult is on a timer of 3 seconds. It's a lie. The timer does not go down as long as it is hitting an enemy.
It is pretty much. That thing is hard to contest. You pretty much become just a turret. Your body becomes a turret that shoots everybody near you.
Meanwhile, that poor Ash having the jump scare of her life as the entire team of SVSU just suddenly takes the high ground.
See a bunch of ults coming out for SVSU. We see the Symmetra wall just trying to get all of the poke damage kind of nullified for Fuel. We'll see the we tried there with the Reaper ult.
Reaper ult does, however, give Fuel more than enough time to get the Ramatra ult, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. It almost goes down. Never mind, tank form saved him. That's right, I forgot. First sustain. Cassidy does hit the kill button, though, of a grenade that just sticks.
Pure finds 3. Nemo cleans up. That'll be the team fight for Saginaw Valley as the timer will slowly tick above what Fuel has. This is kind of an interesting fight. Both teams really have one of their DPS on poke, one of their DPS on a little bit more close range brawl, so it's kind of up to the tanks to decide what's going to happen. The tank for Fuel, again, is more poke, while it's for Saginaw Valley get a little bit closer. So it'll kind of be a little bit more of a tank balance.
I feel like Nemo's going to somehow get a shatter before they get off that high ground. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Oh, he's already there.
At 84. He started this at 50.
How is he pushed up all the way towards their spawn? How does he do this? How does Nemo do this?
You can't let him get away.
You can't let this happen, Fuel. Man just charged into your backline all the way at spawn.
That wasn't even their backline anymore. He'd taken it.
He was the line.
He's ready for them already on the contest on high ground.
We'll see the Cassidy High Noon. That'll be extremely difficult for Fuel to push in. You see this big open space. That ult basically will lock onto anybody that Cassidy can see for that has line of sight with him. So, yep, it'll look like the Symmetra they'll try to get the round, but it won't quite work. We'll see Nemo getting some kills. Pure finds it.
Well, does the win point button does not work against a full team of 5. We found the weakness.
We found it. If everybody's shooting Ramatra, his ult doesn't do as much.
You know, his back is his weak point.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true.
That is the statement the developers gave us when we asked.
Ramatro has when he goes into his big arms form, he can block instead of throw up a shield, but he can still be shot from behind. So if the team surrounds him, he's in a rough spot.
However, if he sits in a corner,
we'll see. Well, that is true. That is true. If you cover your back, we'll see Fuel switching up their damage here, going a lot, really leaning into the longer range here.
Yes.
Lucio doesn't quite necessarily aid himself to this. He wants to get brawly. So Fuel probably might want to switch up, or maybe they're just really feeling comfortable with the Lucio. Lucio's got the boops.
It's Sanctum. You got to go for the boops for the memes. This is most definitely the fan favorite map of Ilios.
Oh, this is fun.
Because whenever we get to point after we follow Nemo on his little adventure, you'll see there's a giant crevasse.
There is a just huge hole that anybody can be booped in. If you fall down there, you're dead. We'll see Nemo getting in there, getting a bunch of damage. The entire backline will have to turn around as the rest of Saginaw Valley gets to kind of shoot at them for free. Nemo doing a great job putting up pressure. Saginaw Valley will be able to push into this whole team
Nemo going
here.
to body block the Mercy. Almost getting her out. The ball is a very large target. That was honestly really good awareness. And we do see Pure going down in the back line. Once again, Cassie hitting the kill button.
See Zippy trying to take on the whole team for Saginaw Valley. Really just say, I got this, guys. I'll fight 3 of them.
Well, it's Brig when she first came out. It's fine.
That's very true.
Honestly, she could 1v5. He's still okay.
Zippy doing his best.
Yes.
Not quite funny.
Well, he's done more than enough. He disrupted the team enough for Nemo to be able to walk in. And now the Soldier and Mercy are sort of just panicking a bit.
See Joe Biden Pog trying to get as much damage as possible with the Sombra. Not a particularly popular character at any rank of the game, honestly. Doesn't get seen quite as much. A little bit more than Overwatch 1, but
towards the end of Overwatch. Well, actually, no. Towards the end of Ghost Comp.
To be fair.
Sim was like a big part of breaking that up, thankfully.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sim.
We don't speak of the Dark Ages.
I didn't even really see Saginaw Valley actually never capped the point for the duration of that fight, so they'll still be at 0. Oh
Mercy.
No, Mercy
Oh, no.
losing her
They
passive
didn't even stop to
ability.
think about it. They just like accepted the fact Mercy went down. Didn't stop to think there's a Sombra behind them.
Nobody called it out. See Lucio probably trying to get a boop here. Got the Xenol's on point, keeping everybody far from dying.
Yes, the frog's scary, you know.
Frog is terrifying. You never want to be around that thing on this map.
So Pure probably looking for just a post bomb on the back line. That Mercy is most likely molding after that one, because I know I would be.
That's
Oh,
rough.
they also popped ult.
Oh no!
They popped ult in order to try and fly up, but they were just on the cusp of the death barrier.
That's very unfortunate.
And we
EMP
do
coming
see a
in
huge EMP.
Saginaw Valley will be able to swarm in, do a whole bunch of damage. Everybody's low and hacks can be seen through walls. It's going to be really tough for them to get out. We'll see the kills coming through. Almost gets booped off there. Damage everyone focusing on the Lucio. He's got the Zen Orb. He'll take extra damage. It'll just be the ball kind of left here.
As if he manages to sleep the rat in the back line, but then Pure not realizing and just managed to wake up the rat, and that's going to end up killing Zippy in the end.
See Saginaw Valley's ticking almost to halfway here. The percent is slowly going up. See Viddy coming back from spawn. I think he'll be able to get there in time. Although Fuel does look like they're managing to regroup. Never mind. Be pushed back.
We're about to watch him lose one. I don't even know who this Tracer's going to hit, but she's going to hit someone.
The Tracer's going to find one.
That or she's going to get hit by a right click.
Tracer's going to find a kill.
We
Maybe
do,
on
however,
the Lucio.
see the Sojourn going down. Almost. The boop coming out. Oh, well, never mind. He jumped into it.
There it is. Huge. And Nemo finds 2. That'll be massive. Fuel down to just 2. Down to 1. It'll just be the ball left. Hamster all alone. Getting body blocked. Pile drive. Oh, brutal.
It works both ways. Tank, my favorite, like the favorite thing to do when you're playing a big tank is just stand in a doorway and look at the enemy DPS.
Oh, it's so
like you aren't getting past me.
You can't walk through any other player. So yeah, you can just kind of stand in a doorway and they can't get past.
Our fun fact: Tracer can crouch under ball because he's a ball. She can crouch under the right side and get through, or like one of the sides.
I did not know that. That is new.
I've watched it happen to me.
That's kind of funny.
And we do have the Nano coming up as the Fuel does get back on the point. Overtime, however, so they're going to be fighting for their lives on this one. Zippy just looking for the Nano target in the corner.
Doesn't quite find it, but we do see a lot of other ults coming out here. We got the Sound Barrier for Fuel. We got the Transcendence for Saginaw Valley.
We got Mines coming up. Will the ball stay alive long? We'll even get back to contest, actually. He does indeed make it. The Mines going on to point. Is it going to hit anyone? It's going to be dealing some damage. However, a huge Anti comes out from Zippy and poor Kree.
That's rough. That's rough. Fuel trying their absolute best to stay on contest on point, but it won't look like it's going to happen here. Saginaw should be able to. They really couldn't deal with Zippy. Zippy was getting free healing out for the entirety, and again found that huge anti-nade. That's going to be a map 1 win for Saginaw Valley.
That it is. The only time that they really dived him was at the end, and then he did manage to auto-sleep the hamster.
That was...
And then
yeah.
Kira looked dead at him and said, hey, so how about we don't?
It's always frustrating when you hit a 6 sleep dart and it just immediately gets canceled out by someone on your team shooting it for 2 damage.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see Ramatra literally living on 15 health for that play. he was down to 15.
Ramatra doesn't get...
Numbani. That's what I haven't seen
Numbani.
Numbani in so long. It's been out of the ranked queue.
That's right. It's coming back though.
That
We'll
it
see.
is.
And coming back to this match, we get to see a little bit of the map, seeing some of the flank routes here. As we circle around, we'll kind of see where most of the action will be taking place, honestly. The defenders will get to set up on this bridge. Got the 2 little covers there. You can see this is how attackers are going to be trying to get into the area. We'll see. It's just tough to push through. The defenders can sit up there. It's really rough. But
we also
honestly,
have the beach.
very beautiful map. They did a good job. The Overwatch team always makes some beautiful maps. They always look very pretty.
You know what? Honestly, I can get behind the amount of rat we are seeing today.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
Well, it could be back to double shield somehow.
If they made Sigma a DPS, then we could see it. Or something. Yeah. Funny. Although, I mean,
honestly, I didn't
double
mind.
shield kind of dead. Reinhardt is not a double shield.
No.
And Orissa's gone.
Yeah.
shield-wise.
Ramatra would most definitely be able to just pick it up because Ramatra just fills the same role that Risa does, but now Rawl's better.
I suppose Ramatra and Sigma would kind of be able to move the shields around.
Yeah.
You see the
I mean,
Widowmaker.
honestly, you could also probably go Ramatra or Ryan because then you just play more Brawl.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I give you that. A Brawly double shield.
Yes.
That would be something. Oh, you know what? Personally, I love seeing the Widow.
The jump shots.
Pure skill expression. You also see, Squishy. Is that a new name? I'm not quite sure. On the Echo.
Yes. It's new from this semester. So we do see, meanwhile, Nemo almost going Bully Soldier, and the Mercy comes to say, you will not be killing my DPS today.
It will not be happening. We'll see Echo will be able to, because so fast, will be able to follow around Nemo, try to get as much as possible.
And meanwhile, Pure taking out both the supports whilst everyone's focused on the Rat. Another one going down for SVSU. Just going to be Sigma and the Soldier left. We just see him dashing past and... Yes,
trying his best rifle off. Who has the better rifle? Oh, of course, it's probably the character who actually can use the rifle.
Meanwhile, Squishy does not actually know where the soldier went. Zippy trying to call out it's on height, doesn't manage to get the call out. And SVSU will be basically taking point control here. It's just the Sigma left. The sports will be coming back soon. But honestly, we just sent they're just backing up. They're regrouping for another recontest.
It's not going to happen. We'll see Pure trying to find it.
He has to forced out the immortality, doesn't matter.
Pure, absolute pure skill right here. We're seeing some clean kills. With the pocket as well, that'll make, what is it, like 170 for a body shot, something like that?
Somewhere around there. More than enough for a headshot, we'll put it that way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, the Mercy sending out toasters as Fuel does start recontesting here a bit. They're on the Sombra now off of the Hanzo, realizing the sniper battle is not working out for them.
We'll see Nemo kind of just body blocking.
Yeah, he's just standing there.
He's just doing what he does. And that'll actually be enough to cap the point. They can't keep contesting without their tank there.
That they cannot. And even if they wanted to, oh my god.
That's so clean.
He called them out. He was like, you're still there.
He knew. He just barely went.
Well, Sombras don't change their trajectory whilst they're invisible. See? Like, he just who sees him? He runs in a straight line.
I don't think he knows that Widow Sights work on him.
I think he forgot about it.
He might have forgotten.
And then he almost got his head taken off, and he suddenly remembered. Meanwhile, we do see Fuel just deciding to hard contest right here. Mercy Pistol coming out to try and scare the ball off the Widow. And Squishy does get a pick on the other Mercy.
That is the thing. When your ball goes to the backline to disrupt, if you're not paying attention, the rest of your team can just get slaughtered. Like, hey, where'd my tank go?
Hey, where'd my healers go? They're already gone.
Oh, jeez.
Meanwhile, I guess no team has heals now. Who needs them?
Who needs heals when you can shoot them?
Yes.
We'll see Echo getting some damage. Cashew's really low. Focusing Beam will come online. That'll absolutely melt any target below half health.
How many cashews?
Huh?
His name's Cashews. How many cashews does he have?
Oh, it is plural. Cashews, plural.
I feel like it's just that's it's like somewhere hidden in the hamster ball throughout the match. Just whenever Hammond goes inside, he's just snacking on him.
Sounds like a Hammond thing to do.
Yes. Meanwhile, Nemo will. Is it just the supports contesting cart? Wait a minute.
There's not. I don't know what's happening. There's just Nemo versus like the rest of the team. They can't do anything.
It wasn't even the rest of the team. It was Nemo versus the Moira and the Mercy. And honestly, I can't even say who was winning. We do see Viddy getting pile drive in the backline. But honestly, the one thing Ball does is make the game almost like a TDM.
That's very true. Oh, I never thought of it that way.
We've seen like what 3 team fights, and then we've seen both the other tanks in the back lines and Echo occasionally flanking the healers.
It's kind of just a constant battle.
Yes, it is the closest to chaos we have.
We'll see what's happening. Saginaw Valley, despite the chaos, is managing to push the payload up slowly but surely. They do have plenty of time from capping the first point so fast. See Pierre on the flank here with the pocket. Oh, that might just do it.
Almost. They've decided that we no longer want to deal with the ball. We'll go enough damage to scare him off. The soldier still contesting close high ground. Does jump straight into a mine though.
A little bit unfortunate there for him, but I mean he was caught out of position there. So, we'll see mines coming in as well as I believe that was the Sombra. Yeah. Yes. Oh no,
and now they're forced into the enemy spawn. Well, enemy old spawn, I should say.
Yeah.
And it's just their supports caught out. Like, what are they gonna do? Squishy does manage to save the soldiers. That's not gonna be a huge stagger on side. Never mind. We somehow won the fight.
I can't tell what's happening. I'll be honest. There's just things going on all across the map. It's hard to see what's happening. A beautiful shot from Pure.
He was mid flick to the ball, accidentally hit the Moira. Realized he'd hit the Moira. Immediately flicks back to headshot her.
Beautiful stuff. Pure's just kind of a monster this game.
Meanwhile,
we see him whiff a couple shots, but hey, he gets the kills when it matters. That's what it does. Yeah, it's not the number of kills; it's when you get them.
We have a horse out. Nemo has decided he's done playing TDM.
And there goes the rest. There goes the rest of all of that.
Yep, but honestly, somehow we're back, Moira.
You can't kill the horse.
cannot-
Oversight is unkillable.
Look, you can't kill the horse, and once you start shooting at the horse to try and kill the horse, the rest of the team suddenly has health again. Meanwhile, the ball will be going down in the back. Never mind, he's out.
You can't kill him. He's just too
I
fast.
will never be speaking. I will never be saying the rat is about to die again. We do. Never mind. He gets God. He's got God.
He has to leave the fight. Is what we might have said.
That.
Oh, what
my
a
gosh.
hit right
Pure
into Pure.
in the best
Pure
way,
finds
got
a 4K. That's a Saginaw Valley 4.
I feel like you had a different name for it yesterday.
SVSU 4K.
I don't know. There was something.
Something-
We'll have to watch the VOD.
We'll have to watch the VOD. We're still workshopping it.
We're workshopping. Where did the sub?
I,
This is the second time the ball has accidentally gotten one of his teammates hit.
I don't even know. This is quite unconventional. We see the ball having to back up there. It does get purpled. Won't be able to get healed. Doesn't back up. We'll see. Oh, the
nano
horse with
coming
the
out.
nano boost. Now this is danger.
What? How was he still asleep for that long?
How is he?
You
How
know
is he
what?
alive?
There's a
can't
lot
kill
of
him.
questions.
Can't kill this ball.
Honestly, the Moira is still okay. No, never mind. It's once again up to the healers to contest for fuel, as the ball is just saying that SVSU might not get a backline. I don't know how well that strategy is working out. We do lose Zippy, but they're also just losing all the rest of their front line. Sombra does go down. Ball's back on point though. It looks like it's just I can't speak. Gonna need to be recontesting here.
Won't be any points or any ults right now except for
he
the
slept.
Echo ult. So that'll be not even Cassio. That's what.
Yes, we will have high noon, and that might shut down. Actually, I don't think it's going to do anything against this team. All of them can
What do you
either
see?
teleport out or it's ball.
This is this is not a map for either. This part of the map. Too many places to hide.
Yes, we do see a DPS going down on both sides, and we've swapped to the Zen, really trying to say you do not get to walk into us for free, Hammond.
That
We don't
Discord
let you
orb
do it.
actually is very brutal. Ball can't just stay around for free because he takes so much more damage. We'll
And he's
see
finally down with the assist from everyone but Squishy.
the entire team. With that, the space created, Pure will be able to find one. Fuel's Ash will be able to find it. Although that should be Saginaw Valley's map here. We'll see. Got the Kiriko in the
Or this
back line,
first point.
Soldier on the high ground.
With a minute and 2 seconds to spare.
That'll be that. That'll be that.
Wait, does ball slam do 70?
It does 100 at the center.
Okay. Alright, that explains so much.
It it does a lot.
I was like, I saw him only get hit for
Well-
70 off ball slam, and I was very confused for a second.
I think it decreases very rapidly. There's like the center circle when you slam. It like kind of shows. That's
Overwatch,
the
Overwatch 2 is definitely the visual effects are made for spectating, not for the gameplay aspect. Because like Doom with Overwatch 1, you could clearly see the different damage radiuses. Now you have a giant circle of light, and it's just like I have sudden flashes on my screen.
I am in fear.
I know he's landing here, but I don't know where here he is.
Pretty much. We'll see Saginaw Valley and people switching spots here. That'll be Saginaw Valley on the defense. We'll see the Widow. We'll see the Soldier. Pure for the kills. Squishy for the damage. Oh, we'll see the Diva. Always interesting. I like seeing Diva. Diva does many different things. Kind of a multi-tool. Gets to a lot of good defense, mobility, gets some good damage, and ults that can be interesting, if nothing else.
Does Zen have a health back on his hand? Go back to the Zenyatta. Hold up.
Hold up.
Wait a second. Go back to Zippy.
If we can get the
Can he
spectate on
find-
Zippy, that would be sweet.
Almost there. One more.
No, other way. Yep, keep going.
You're so close. One
No,
more.
that's Spear. Oh, come on.
He's
There
got a
we
little
go.
health back on his hand.
Oh, yeah, because the little gun buddies.
Ah, I see.
Oh, and
Zen
because
just holds
his
the charm.
hands are his gun.
Yes.
That's really funny.
Still hate the Ramacho just punch goes through Sigma. It's
Yeah,
it has the same properties as a beam. You can't deflect it. You can't eat it with defense matrix. You
Yeah.
just gotta accept it.
You just take the damage. It
Yep.
fortunately is not insane. It's only like 40 or something. But
It's enough when it's damage boosted.
we'll see Nemo on the Ramatra here. Gets to just throw up that shield and shoot down
Or
for free.
poor
Oh,
Squishy.
Squishy.
Gets-
Cashew's finding some good shots.
And it gets jumped by both a Sombra and a ball in the back line. Not much you can do about that. And now they're gonna be after our name.
no.
Zippy just keeping it up.
That was scary. Ball just peeks out just to see
Yes.
the headshot from Minivan.
One thing about having a ball just in the back line, as we do see SVSU starting to go down on this attack, and will most likely be Fuel having the point for the first line, we do have Squishy to possibly recontest, but Lucy just going to get out with his life. The ball doesn't need to go in. The ball does not need to get a kill. It's like the same idea as a Reddit Lucio. All they need to do to get value is just make the team look somewhere else.
Honestly, that can be massive because having a threat anywhere, even if it's small, just takes so much attention, and you have to always be thinking about where's the ball, as you're trying to shoot the other team. Where's the ball? Am I about to get dove by the ball? Because it's not enough to kill you most of the time. It's enough damage to make you look, which is plenty enough in most circumstances.
And because it was enough damage to make him look, he was looking at the ball, didn't realize that the Ash had managed to come into a line of sight, and then you just got the headshot.
Just beautiful combo there. That's teamwork.
It is.
Teamwork. See Samuel waiting around this corner. They don't need to get aggressive.
Meanwhile, that ball will almost get melted. And he's back to full health.
That sounds about right. Pile Driver, a great initiating tool, helps the damage because they can shoot whatever he boosts up there. We see Cashews finding 3, Minivan finding another 1 left. Nemo will be able to get out with his life.
As Fuel saw that SVSU had come with a Pile Driver, and they were just like, look, we'll raise you 1 more. Pile Driver plus the Q button.
Plus the Q button. Interesting comps here. We got Fuel with the Sombra trying, Soak's trying their best, or Sorked? That's an
Sorked.
R, not a Soak, that's Sorked.
Sorked.
Trying his best to shut down the ball. Getting hacked can really disrupt your momentum, but Tracer for Pure instead of the Sombra does a little bit more damage, a little bit more speed, but a little bit less pressure on the ball, so we'll kind of see how that works out.
I think SVSU's strategy is starting to turn away from dealing with the ball and just going to be, well, it's just going to be a TDM. We're going to be ignoring the front lines. We don't have them. And then just, clashing the back lines together.
In case I just think of a team deathmatch. Is that what TDM? Yeah, okay. I just got that.
I keep forgetting.
For anybody who was like me and did not know what he was up.
Have you ever played competitive team deathmatch in this game? It's not fun. It's not fun.
I think I did. I placed like 1 season.
It is full pocket of Hog.
Yeah.
And that is it.
Well, Hog doesn't one-shot anymore, so.
He does when you've got Mercy, Sombra, and also Zen.
I'll give you that. Well.
Coming back into it, SVSU coming up on about 3 of their own. Actually, never mind. Both teams. Oh, they're always awkward whenever you just get bonked by the little edge. However, we're just gonna be seeing the mines come out. That poor Brig somehow escapes with her life.
See Ash here getting a lot of pressure. Nemo keeping up the damage, but will have heals both mines on point. Actually, Cashew's getting the damage from it though, as well as Nemo, both finding some kills. It'll be an interesting little team fight here. Both teams trying to stay alive, trying to not get killed by the ball while hoping the other ball is doing something.
Yes, I believe we are even, but however, Fuel spawn is literally right there.
As well as they have a lot more time on the clock.
That they do, whatever. The pulse spawn coming out, the ball's gonna be eaten.
Yep. Ball just says no.
Yes, SVSU is having a bit of a trouble dealing with the fact that Fuel has both poke and also just the hardest dive we've seen so far, because they're doing a very good job of seeing who the Sombra attacks and then immediately going off both of them. Meanwhile, the ball is just ignoring the fact he's getting shot in the back to chase down Squishy.
Oh my gosh, that character. He just gets to roll around for free and have a good time.
That is. Hammond players are not playing Overwatch anymore.
They're playing, what is it? Monkey Ball? You know what I'm talking about?
Super Monkey Ball.
yeah, that's what it is. They're just playing a puzzle game.
Yes. Meanwhile, we do, however, see SVSU coming out of spawn. We have the rally up. They don't have the rally, but they do have Nano. They've got EMP. This might be a very tough fight for SVSU because as soon as we pop that rally, they might just hit us with EMP.
Well,
never mind.
We'll get shut down for just a second, but when it comes through, I'm interested to see what it does. It does actually falls a little bit too quick there. Got the Brig ult on point. Zippy getting out a lot of damage, actually. We'll find a kill. Pure finding some more. Hammond's still left alive, so that's pretty much everything else doesn't matter. Gotta kill that thing first.
Hammond and Sombra, all they're aiming to do here is just contest until the rest of the team gets back, honestly, because then they don't need to worry about pushing it any closer. But also, Nemo came in when Briggs fails. Now that Sombra is playing with fire.
That is spooky. That is very spooky.
Oh, that was our Sombra.
Oh,
no, that's an Echo.
Oh, Echo
okay, that
Sombra.
explains it.
Ah, I understand.
Does she glow when she's invisible?
Hopefully not. That would be unfortunate.
I wouldn't. Meanwhile, Nemo just contesting. Why is he here?
High ground.
Before I say, I know high ground.
High ground.
What? That's like, this is what I mean. He's getting pushed off, but like, it's their spawn almost. Not actually their spawn, but like, they have control of that area. Nemo has decided they no longer get control of that area.
Yeah, he's Nemo. He gets to do what he wants.
Meanwhile, the minivan does go down to Pure, and we do see the Brig and Ana getting bullied in the backline a bit.
See Squishy getting out a bunch of damage there, not managing to find the kill, but Anna's going to be in a rough spot all alone. No DPS to support. She will have some plagues to make. Anna has the ability to defend herself, but not quite managing to get out with her life.
Yes.
Oh, was that a brig on the point? No.
No,
Okay.
no,
Oh,
that was ours. That was ours.
I was seeing things.
I thought it was a back cap for some reason. I thought it moving. I was like, maybe. No, we're going to be finally getting out of the 5-meter range of the end. I think that's when it stops counting. That payload moves back so slowly in this game.
Back very slow.
They
When
changed
the attack is not attacking, then the payload slowly does scoot back.
However, we are coming down to almost the same time on the clock. I hadn't even realized SVSU had stalled for this long. They do swap to the Sigma on the side of Fuel. Nemo Shield only at about half health has managed to block the rock, knowing there's not many more getting his echo out. He's just going to be looking for the Sigma to throw shield.
Oh, there's the shield. He does have Shatter. As soon as the shields go down, he can go for it.
Honestly, I think he's going for it. It looks like he wants it.
He wants it. That's it. That's it. Yep. You can see when he wants it. You can see when he wants it, and he still hits it anyway. He's just so good on the Reinhardt. If they can't, if Fuel can't push this all the way, I believe that is Saginaw Valley victory. They do still have a little bit over a minute, so plenty of time for one more ult.
I believe their best chance is probably nanoing either this. Oh, never mind. They swapped the Bastion. They might just go Nano Sigma. Honestly, Nano Bastion to burn through this Rhino shield, or Nano Sigma to get his ult way faster. Because they still have to worry about the high noon. They've got to worry about rally. We almost have Kiriko.
You could nano the Sombra, because when she EMPs everything, she'll do even more damage.
Make everything just melee health.
That could be funny.
But the issue then becomes you're hoping that the Sombra can finish everything off. We do see Cashew taking Squishy out on point with Mercy. Nemo charging in.
No, just to save the brig. Do have the Kiriko ult. Oh, that's going to be too much damage.
However, we have Pure behind him.
Pure in the back line.
That 4-on is going to be getting jumped. Can't help the Mercy on point, who does not get the res off.
Finding kills here. I don't think they have much left.
No, they don't. There's 17 seconds left. They're going to be the ball's back out. Cashew's going to be trying his best to go and defend. Nemo doesn't even want to give him a chance.
We do have the ult from Sombra. We'll see what Sorks can do. I don't quite see him, but he'll probably have to be the only one who can contest here. They're trying to find him. Oh, Ball has managed to get to the overtime.
Yep, and now very slowly the rest of the field will be coming back. We do see the EMP didn't come out last fight.
Yeah, they still have it. They still have Nano as well. The ball on the Nano. Oh, overtime sticking down. They have to get it back on the overtime.
Nemo takes a huge shatter on the Bastion. I don't even know where he got that one from. It's not even been a minute.
I don't understand where he gets it. He's just built different.
Actually, no, it had been like it had been a minute. That was a minute-long shatter.
You know what? That's fair. That is
still,
almost
it's a minute-long
reasonable.
shatter.
That's almost reasonable.
It's reasonable for Nemo.
And that'll be Saginaw Valley taking the second map as well. Very close. Fuel almost managing to push it all the way there and push it into kind of an overtime.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff here.
We have a slight change of casters. I will be swapping out for Kendo Mellon. Say hello.
If you would like. Hello.
We appreciate you. We can wave. Hello, everybody. I'm sure it was very strange hearing us talk about waving at the camera. That was not on. Beautiful seeing everybody out here today. It's been a great first two games. We've seen Saginaw Valley versus some Fanshawe Fuel.
I did see a little bit of the ending, and it was pretty intense.
We'll see. As always, Nemo just being Nemo. Fun things we've seen. Ball. You saw the.
I remember notes. I played with Nemo one time. He got 3 shatters in one control map game. It was insane.
That man is something else.
I was just the Kiriko behind him and just keeping him alive.
Hey, that's all you gotta do. Let Nemo be Nemo. Let him go on his adventure. Oh man. We've seen some interesting things outside of that. A bit of a recap here. We've also seen a good number of DPS line up. Some stuff to help out with the ball. We've seen some Echo, some Tracer, some Sombra. In the last game you saw. We've first map was Nepal. So we got to see some bit more brawl. We've seen some Ramantra so far, but a lot of switching. is interesting. The ability for all heroes to switch and retain some of their ult charge, I believe, has been effective in encouraging teams to switch characters. Because in Overwatch 1 and up until recently, when you see, the little circle on the bottom of the screen with the percentage, that's how much ult you have. And the ult is the entirely the whole time. It's just 2-ball going in the back, both wrecking balls just in the back line. Extended team fight for most of the time.
I will admit, I do not like ball, but luckily my mains just counter him.
There you go. There you go. We
just take him to sleep or just hack him.
It was interesting watching the teams try to see, all right, are we going to address the ball or are we going to ignore the ball and focus on the rest of the team? We saw at some point, Saginaw Valley had a tracer, which aimed at going and fighting Fuel's backline, while Fuel had a Sombra, trying to help shut down the ball a little bit more, but doing a little bit less damage and being a little less attack the backline. So that's been interesting. I'll be interested to see what the team comps will be on this map. Of course, the different maps will foster different strategies. That is always a fun thing. Each kind of map has its own, what characters are good. So even if a character is bad, it'll usually have 1 or 2 maps that you're like, yeah, actually this character's pretty good. So we'll see Dorado here. You can see this is the first payload map. It is up to the attackers to push this cart, and it moves when they are on it and does not move if they are not on it, or the defense is also on it. So they have to push it to the end.
From my experience in this map, there's usually a sniper at the first section just because of the wide area that they can snipe from. So usually, possibly a Widow, but Ashe is really good right here, I know for a fact, because her dynamite can just cover the whole area where the payload is going.
Very much agree, and as we say that, we can see the Ashe here for Fuel, and we see kind of a sniper in the form of Sojourn, as well as some extra damage to the Cassidy for a little bit of ranged. We'll see the ball. We'll see the Nemo on the Rhine. Always my favorite thing to see. Although Cashew's right from the start, the defensive wrecking ball getting some damage. That'll be a nice little 10% ult charge.
I like how he went back because he saw that Lucio, which could possibly boop him off the map.
That's always a struggle. There's not a lot of not many places here to boot people off the map, but that is one of the few spots. Always a little bit terrifying. Cashew's getting everybody off the high ground. Saginaw Valley's going to have to back it up here just a little bit. Nemo going back into spawn. They might have to readjust what they're going to play. It looks like they are maybe adjusting their comp. Yep, Nemo switching over to the Wrecking Ball. We'll see. I don't know if Wrecking Ball is a Wrecking Ball counter, but it's interesting. I suppose it definitely makes for some interesting gameplay. We'll see Nemo managing to take the high ground back a little bit for himself there, as we see Cashew's in the back line. Just a big brawl on the point here. Cashew's trying to stall while letting the rest of Fuel get the damage out. We'll see the Ashe taking a lot, but the Mercy Pocket will get her back up.
That Kiriko was trying to get those headshots in there, but sadly missed.
We'll see already the Hammond ult on point for Fuel. We'll see the pile driver come in, getting rid of a few of those. Saginaw Valley slowly pushing it up here. It was a bit of a struggle, but they have started to move it. Although Cashew's back on the cart, we'll see the Tracer for Fuel as well in the back line. Again, the fight just keeps going. When Ball is in there, the rest of the team's regrouping, and then if once he has to leave, the rest of the team can come back. It's kind of just a cycle. And we see Saginaw Valley is pushing it, but slowly, only in little bursts.
I have noticed that barely anyone has died besides that Ashe from that Kiriko headshot. So this is a very close match so far. Just the Saginaw Valley is able to get that payload pushing up just because of the survivability of both teams.
It's mostly about pressure here. It's not that the kills have been coming through, as Kendo's pointed out. It's just that Fuel has to back up when their health gets low. Neither team is managing to find picks, but if you are in the point like Zippy here, when you have no health, you usually have to back up. Fortunately, he has the rest of the team to support him, but very good stuff there. Oh, Will almost managed to go down. We see some stuff coming out. Saginaw Valley with the sound barrier. Managed to get some stuff up. Fuel pops the Kiriko ult. Everybody will shoot twice as fast and get their abilities twice as fast. Oh, very Zippy here trying to take out. We'll see the battle of the supports. Kiriko coming in to help save him. Zippy will hopefully be able to speed himself out here. We always like seeing the support duel. It's a very good time. Don't want to discourage that. See, but Kiriko in the backline. Oh, no, never mind. Apparently, red team looks blue through the walls. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, I got confused a little bit there as well.
We will see Cashews all the way in the back line. Again, he just doesn't die. It's just when he gets low, he backs out. It's just that's how it is. He doesn't really die.
It's just ball.
It's just ball. We will see the Tracer Fuel getting in there. Saginaw Valley's a little bit split up here. Most of the teams on the point, actually, as they do start to regroup. Cashews with another ult. He's been getting so much damage with these pile drivers and speeding through the team as in the big fireball as he swings himself into them aggressively. Falcon managing to shut down the Tracer there. Beautiful stuff. Finds the kill. See, Fuel probably will have to go back a little bit. The mines are still up. Do have the Cassidy ult, as well as the Sojourn ult, and 2 more on the way for Saginaw Valley. Fuel a little bit behind in the ult economy. They've invested a lot. Here comes the Bob. That'll be a lot. SVSU investing a couple of ults here, although it'll be effective, finding a lot. Cashews does get 2 in the middle of this fight, though. Saginaw Valley's popping out ults, and Cashews is still finding kills. That's crazy. And still on the point. We'll see the mines coming out for Saginaw Valley as we see the speed
rotation.
Speed.
Yeah, my commentary is more towards analyzing because that's what I kind of do as a person. I always take a look at things and see what's happening right now. What is happening right now is that both of these teams' healers are cracked.
We see nobody's dying on this team. That's a big result of good healing as well as positioning. We'll see. Well, Cashews, is that the 3rd ult in like a couple?
Yes, it is.
That is insane. That is so many Wrecking Ball ults. And Fuel will be able to hold Saginaw Valley even maybe before they get the first point. Saginaw Valley's got nobody left there.
Ooh.
That's brutal. The push maps are kind of broken up as you have a certain amount of time to get to the first checkpoint, and then you get some extra time, get it to the next checkpoint, and then the end. Kind of broken up into thirds.
And then Fuel also counterpicked to Sombra as well in that end game to get that ball out.
Yep. It is so difficult. Sombra's hack does a few things. One, it will disable the hacked person's abilities for like a second or two, as well as the rest of the team can see him through walls, and Sombra will do a lot more damage. So if Sombra gets the hack, the rest of the team can focus that character while they can't use their abilities to help them out, as well as Sombra can get a lot of extra damage herself. So she can kind of use her invisibility to get behind the team, hack somebody, get a kill, and then use her teleporter to get out. Kind of how Sombra works. That might sound extremely broken if you're unfamiliar with Overwatch. What? She can go invisible and teleport randomly and hack people. She can also hack health packs so that only your team can use them and they regenerate faster. That sounds broken, but this is Overwatch. Everybody's broken.
I will say that with Sombra, there are some gameplay styles when she just attacks a person and puts her translocator right by a health pack. I do not do that at all because that is away from the team fight. You do not want that. She wants to be kind of up close, but what I do is I put my translocator like right in the corner of a battle, making sure the enemy team cannot hit me. So then I could put constant fire on that team.
That is one thing that kind of can separate the more amateur Sombras from the good, is how much they can be what we might say uptime with their
I would say experience, but
yeah, that's a good. Oh, that's a really good point. That's a very good point. Well, we'll see a very aggressive comp from Fuel. See them getting very aggressive off the start, not letting Saginaw Valley really defend. Kind of push back into a corner here. Won't see any kills coming out, and both teams do have the mercy, so if somebody falls, it can get res. Vidi finds a beautiful headshot onto Fuel's Tracer. That might get res, that might not. I'm not quite sure where the Tracer died. You see Cashews in the backline trying to disrupt what's going on. Falcon does have line of sight on the other team's Pharah. We'll see Cashews doing the disruption, though. That is, you picked Ash to counter the Pharah, but if the Ash is constantly worrying about the Wrecking Ball, then it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter.
Because that Pharah is really pressured back from what I saw because that Ash has such a presence right there. Yeah. Because Pharah can't go anywhere. There is barely any cover for her to go to.
So that is how, even if you might counterpick a character, like, oh, my character just beats your character, well, if the rest of your team is focusing, then that doesn't really matter. It's not simply rock, paper, scissors, pick Ash to beat Pharah. You also have to give the Ash enough space to kill the Pharah.
It looks like Fuel is also pressuring SVSU very far back so that they can get the payload as forward as possible. I cannot word.
That is okay. It's
been a long day.
But he finds another one on the painted. That headshot does 120 damage, and Tracer only has 150 health. So Tracer takes any damage. That headshot will
punch.
That's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah, we'll see the balls now kind of dueling it out here. We'll see a couple of mines coming out. Not in terms of vault, Fuels do have a lot more. See Saginaw Valley doesn't have a few coming online though. We'll see. We'll see. Although it does look, again, for this map style, the second team to push the payload on attack only has to get it as far as the other team to get it.
I actually really liked how SVSU's ball just stood still, because like the other enemy team who he was fighting was the Hiriko. It's going to be hard for her to just kill him instantly. But if he's just standing still, he could just aim and do nothing else.
There you go.
Which is very smart.
When you have that much health, you can kind of afford to just not move and focus on your aiming. Imagine that it is harder. It is easier to move when you are yourself not running around trying to dodge bullets. That does make it a little bit easier to aim. That will be the map win for Fuel. It'll be 2-1, Saginaw Valley's favor. We got ourselves a match here. We will go to game 4. It is first to get 3 wins.
It's looking very close so far.
It has been looking awesome. It has been we've seen close games pretty much every time. Although Fuel kind of just managed to hold on defense. That was the big thing. It's not particularly difficult for evenly matched teams for the attackers to get the first little bit. Usually they're stopped somewhere in the middle, and the last third is really where the defenders have the advantage. So if you get blocked in the first third, then that's brutal. That's really hard to try to come back from. Fuel did a good job on that defense. Both teams on the ball, and we saw Nemo doing good things. We just tended to see Cashews more on whenever we were spectating one of Saginaw Valley's players. I saw Cashews. I saw the ball rolling through their team. I saw Saginaw Valley focused on them, and that ended up being so huge. The rest of the team kind of could do whatever. Yeah, they could just play the game.
I may be wrong, but since I missed out in the first 2 games, what I think happened is that basically Fuel has the better adaptations so far. They're adapting to the other team's playstyle. They're counter picking them, and then they're overall just finding those good sweet spots to get those kills.
Well, I definitely would agree to it. It was at least in some part. We'll see. I definitely would say Wrecking Ball, especially Cash's Wrecking Ball, is going to counter Nemo's Rhine. Now, Rhine is great, but when you play Rhine, you want to brawl. Yes. When you play Rhine, you want to get up close, and you want your team to fight together so you can protect them with your big shield. Now, Wrecking Ball's pile driver, and as well when he uses his hook to go like super fast, that does damage to everybody in an area. So if you're grouped up, he swings through and does 50 damage to your entire team, gets ult like that, and it's kind of brutal. So, yeah, as well as if anybody happens to go away from the Rhine, they can kind of be caught out as well. So it's very difficult for Nemo to play his comfort pick. It's kind of, he has to go on ball. I'm not sure how much comfort he has on the character. I know Ryan is where his skills lie wholeheartedly. So I don't know. We'll see. This map, I also kind of have a feeling that this will be ball central. You have this main corridor, but I suppose we'll see. We might see something else.
I feel like if Nemo has a Sigma, that would be the best choice. Because Sigma can use ball for that crowd control, and then whenever ball uses his ultimate, he could just throw out his shield and take him out.
That's very true. The Sigma, he has a big rock that he can use that will stun anybody that gets hit. So he can kind of shut down the ball, and that will force him out of his rolling form into his shooting form, and you can headshot him. Makes him a little bit easier. So I know we're talking about ball a lot. It's kind of interesting, and he's both teams have been using Wrecking Ball. That's had a lot of impact. That's been the big thing. We did see huge support play just in general. When no one's dying, you don't gotta know. You just have to know that the supports are going crazy.
It looks like both teams are also pulling out Brigitte.
Interesting. I suppose the long corridor will help with and there's some spots stuck behind, so you can brawl out a little bit. Both teams still on the ball here. I was kind of interested. I don't know necessarily. It is just sort of a long corridor. Fuel is going on the flank, the Sombra and the ball together. while the rest of Fuel is just shooting from over by the push. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Meanwhile, SVSU's Nemo is just trying to get on that point.
This is super interesting. We got a couple of Fuel's members just kind of dedicated to chilling out and doing some range damage on the card, while it looks like Cashews and Sorked are just dedicated to going in the backline. Not really working out for that team fight, although there was a lot of pressure put up. We have the Sombra getting all the information, reporting back to the rest of Fuel on what's happening. Saginaw Valley going for a little bit more of let Nemo do Nemo things, and the rest of the team will group up and do damage. Got 2 range damage characters in the form of Pure and Grumpy. We'll see how that works. That should be enough pressure to mess with the Wrecking Ball. This game mode, as you might be able to see, there's from kind of the top UI, there's a robot that will push the barrier for either team, and it is up to the team to push their barrier the furthest into the opponent's territory. Kind of push, so it's a back and forth little thing.
Honestly, I really like this addition to the game, just in our gameplay.
Interesting. Philip Puff had the opposite to say. But you know what? I'm somewhere in the middle.
The only downside is how far you have to travel to get back into the fight.
That's very true. If the spawns can be kind of far away. They do. If you get it to a certain point, you can see the little midway checkpoint. You do get a closer spawn, so you don't have to walk all the way across the map. But even then, it's a distance. We'll see. Saginaw Valley's got a couple of ults online. Fuel has a little bit more, though. Only really missing the Brig ult. Saginaw Valley also doesn't have the Brig ult, but also Cassidy's pretty far away as well. So Fuel a little bit of an advantage in that regard. Have a few more ults. We might see mines come out here just to block up that area, just congest it with damage. Oh, the huge Somber EMP. Everybody's going to get on low health. Although nobody dies. Everybody manages to stay alive. We'll see other ults coming through. We see the Wrecking Ball ult. We'll see the Fox of Doom as well, the Kiriko ult. But Nemo finds him. I have no idea how Saginaw Valley managed to survive through that Somber ult. That was insane. And turn the team fight around with 1 fewer ult to work with.
I was wondering if this was going to happen, and I was correct. But SVSU has pulled out the Ana.
Oh, that is pretty much as good of a ball counter as you could ask for. The Sleep Dart can shut that thing down for, 5-6 seconds? Something like that?
I'd say about 5. I don't know the exact number, but yes.
It's a while.
And then just the grenade has so much potential as well. Because it can either heal your teammates or damage your opponents and block them from getting healed as well.
And the Ananade is so versatile, as well as the Pharah, just as a character. We'll see the Pharmacy coming out for Fuel, trying to counter some of what Saginaw Valley had in terms of the support line. Oh, we'll see as well. They have the Orisa instead of the ball. Nemo out here. Oh, he's dead. He got pushed off. That's unfortunate. But huge swap for Fuel. Switching up their team comp on a dime to completely counter what Saginaw Valley was doing, it looked like. I mean, it's interesting. As characters, both of Saginaw Valley's DPS should counter the Pharah, but I don't know. This map somewhat lends itself to being able to duck behind cover. We will see the res. That is a huge thing for Mercy. You can do all the work to kill the Pharah, but Mercy can just res it. Pure finding plenty of kills, though. Should be still Saginaw Valley favored. All the damage coming through. See the anti-nade. Oh, a lot of damage coming through on Fuel's Ana. But Nemo taking a lot of damage. We have to back up. Interesting to push robot. Saginaw Valley is pushed way further, so they can play a little bit more relaxed. We do have the ult coming out for Sojourn. That'll be a lot of damage, and should result in, or results in a kill with Pure helping out. You have the Cassidy ult. Not the most useful, consistently a little bit of an underperformer, but you have to give it attention or it can just kill your whole team. You do have to duck behind cover, and that can be massive in a close scenario. See the res coming out for Fuel. You have to invest a lot of resources here, but it is working out. We got the Nano onto the Orisa. That thing is terrifying. The ult gets a lot of damage, not any kills.
They somehow escaped too.
Barely has to invest a lot more time to kill the Cassidy. The rest of the Saginaw Valley can kind of relax here. Gets some damage in on the Orisa, but just doesn't quite die. That character's whole shtick is does not die. That is kind of what it does. Although Fuel will be able to take it back. Now, as you can see, the robot moving along the top, the robot moves a lot faster than it pushes, because it's not pushing anything. But if you win that team fight, as you can see, Fuel won, but they have to spend the time bringing the robot all the way back. So they really don't get much progress other than the fact that if they win this team fight, then they can make progress. As you can see, the robots pretty much stopped in the middle is where they're starting to fight again. So it's a little bit of a snowball effect. Once you've pushed it pretty far, you kind of relax. The rest of the team has to put in a lot of work to win. You see, we got the mines out as well. Oh, the Castiel! We saw the electric cowboy, the nano boost onto the Castiel to make the kills come out faster. Orisa in a tough spot. Probably will make it out alive. It's a beautiful headshot from Pure. He's been performing tonight, finding kill after kill with the hit scan DPS. Far in the back line. Only one ult here for Fuel. It'll be a tough spot for them. Tough spot for Far as well as gets pressured by Nemo's Wrecking Ball.
Right now, I feel like what SVS needs to do to win this fight is to just make sure they are getting the healers out, because healers are very underappreciated in this game. I know because I'm a healer main as well. But healers are so important because one thing I talk to myself about being a healer is that their primary focus isn't healing, it's staying alive, because they can't do anything if they're dead. So they have to try to figure out a way to survive so they can heal their team.
That's huge. This is a shooting game. Obviously, you can see it's a first-person shooter, but yeah, healers do a lot of healing. If you're shooting somebody, they're getting healed. It doesn't really matter. So healers kind of have to die first. You can't kill the tank. You've got way too much health, so might as well go for the healers first. That is how it works. And if you stay alive, you're doing healing, then you're doing plenty as a healer. We'll see Saginaw Valley we don't often see the robot get pushed all the way. It's normally just runs out of time and whoever has pushed it further at that point, but we might see that happen. We have the nano boosted Wrecking Ball in the back line. A couple of sleep darts coming out. We'll see the mines activating. Maybe finding something. Sork finds a kill with the barrage. Cheapest with the nade. Saginaw Valley only have a couple left alive. Mercy flying out of there with the Valkyrie. We will be Fuel trying to push about 2.5 minutes left on the clock. This will be extremely tough for Fuel. They have to win team fight after team fight in a row. They really can't let anything slip. They have to push it at least as far as Saginaw Valley.
And Saginaw Valley is also ready to prepare free ults for the next fight as well.
Fuel pretty behind. The only thing they're close to is Coalescence, who still needs a good amount of time to cook up. Saginaw Valley has 3 ults, although it doesn't matter. Painted just finds one. Ults only matter to an extent. Zippy with the res on Pure should be relatively close. Nemo does get the kill with the ultimate. Got the high noon. Cast the ult again. It's scary. It's dodgeable, but you do have to give it enough attention. See, going in. Oh, beautiful combination there. The pile driver into the General Cassidy shooting. And that'll be Nemo and Pure just tearing up the front line for Fuel again. And we see the robot gets pushed back. Neither team's really making progress at this point because the 2 barriers are so far from each other. You kind of have to win 2 fights in a row to make any progress. And as the time ticks past 1.5 minutes, Fuel's in a rough spot. They'll have to win at least, I'd say, 3 team fights in a row to even have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
They do they're casting the back line. That's actually not good for them. Saginaw Valley, yeah, it'll be caught out by Cashews. Although we 4-4, Nemo does find one as well. Kind of see how this works out. Saginaw Valley's got a lot of vaults. Fuel does not. Although some are coming online, they do have to be careful. Saginaw Valley probably have to get some kills before things start to happen. Before ults come online, Nemo finds one on the Sork. That'll be big. Nemo with the nano, kind of out of position there, might not be able to get too much out of it. Goes pile driver into mine. Be able to block off the entire robot area as he starts to push it by himself, fending off the rest of Fuel. Fuel has about 2 ults, and almost 3 online.
That was a really good ult to keep that enemy team off the ball.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I don't know. They can't kill him. They can keep the damage up, and that actually will be it. Won't manage to find it. Hammond with his pile driver does a lot of damage. And his primary fire can do something, but you have to hit it in a row. You can't miss shots. It's really just like shooting somebody with a Pez dispenser. If you're not.
I actually consider that the Ramacho primary fire.
That is normally what it's called. It's about as effective if you're missing shots, because that thing does nothing. That's not shooting. That's just tickling. Ramacho primary fire does not do much damage, but he makes up for it in other places. Get some other damage in there. We'll see Nemo. Just kind of chilling on point. Again, the ball does not really die. He has an ability that he gains extra health for a bit, proportional to how many enemy players he's around, so he can kind of survive for a really long time. As it hits overtime, Fuel is does have the bot over and is pushing, but again, they'll have to stay on it for the entire time. If they go off of it, the overtime timer will tick off, and if they don't get back on, it's over. They have to push it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it. They can't go off of it for more than a couple seconds. It looks like they're in an okay spot, though. They do manage to find some kills. Stagnow's in a great spot here. They do have ults of their own. Oh, and this is what you want to see. Grumpy Monkey's on the high ground. He's got the space. Cassius is nowhere to be seen. Does have the ult. Should be able to pop it any second now. Maybe waiting for his mercy. Here it comes. Damage, 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 damage. Grumpy Monkey finding some kills, and actually the rest of the team does as well. Fuel loses everybody, and that'll be Saginaw Valley 3-1 for the match. It'll be a big win. Great game from both teams there. Fuel not managing to find it. Did have plenty of team fight wins, but they were too late where they needed multiple in a row. But it was an incredibly good match. Cashew's on the Orisa. I think we'll see some environmental kills from this one. I was surprised the Orisa we haven't seen the Orisa all day, but definitely came out to show for a team fight or two. Oh, we'll see. Yep. Nemo rolling just over the side there. Play the game for Fanshawe Fuel, and that will be the match for them as well.
From both of the matches that I have watched, they've been very entertaining, and everyone's been adapting to each other. They've been kind of doing some counter picks, but I noticed that SVSU in that one right there was just able to keep that constant pressure because they were, whenever they were on the robot, they always kept it on there. Like they just stayed by that robot, used it as cover, and just kind of poked at the enemy team to keep them off of it.
Again, if both teams are on the objective, nothing really happens. The robot doesn't move, can't push anything. So Saginaw Valley, as long as they're on it, Fuel's not making progress. And Wrecking Ball can kind of just stay on it as long as he wants. So beautiful stuff. We saw some interesting supports. Both teams played the Ana at some point. We had some Brig, very interesting stuff. But Nemo doing a great job. Cashews for Fuel, really putting in a very solid performance.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't quite find what he needed with the rest of his team, but very good stuff. We saw Pure doing, just clicking heads, just doing what Pure does. So right now, I'll leave you in the capable hands of Kendo Millen for a little bit.
Okay. And off he goes for the interview. But overall, those two matches that I did see were very, very good. But I'm not one to talk because I am a PS4 player, so it's a little bit hard. But I've been playing PC for a little bit now. I'm going to try to get some money to get myself a gaming PC so I can play Overwatch 2 more because it is an absolute phenomenal game. I don't care what people say. It's a really good game. Just toxic people is what it basically is. There are some things that it can improve on, but overall, I just really like the game. But yeah, that last match was just SVSU just keeping constant pressure on that enemy team. They had no chance to get in.
We will have the Nemo here, the man, the myth, the man of the hour.
Where should I sit?
Take a seat right here, my good man. Right here, my good man. All right, Nemo. All right, Nemo. Tell me about this game. Tell me what was happening. Walk me through each of the 4 games.
All right.
What's the overview?
So, ball is pretty busted right now, as you might have guessed.
Yeah,
I'm not even a ball player. I main Ryan, obviously. Mm-hmm. That's ball is kind of like the opposite style of that. But because he's so good, I've been practicing it, and we just kind of committed to like the dive comp. That seemed to be our strong suit. We were a little weaker on Caricio, or whatever that map is called, just because we kind of staggered out. It was a pretty fair fight, I will say. It was a very fun match. Do you guys have any questions about why we're running certain things? Or
I was interested in sort of the split. So I'm looking at your team con, and you got both teams had some dive. You would see the Sombra go off with the ball, but the rest of the team just sitting around. Like you'd see like Ana, Brig, Soldier, something like that. That seems like a huge split. I'm interested to hear your opinion on, do you want all dive or just that kind of that half dive? Because it seemed like the other Wrecking Ball then had the opportunity to go in and
into
bully the rest of the team.
That was a big problem that we were having. However, because our Ana, Benny, is so good at Ana, like it just didn't even matter.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah, work around your players. You know what? There you go.
Like, I'm the one trick on Ryan. He's the one trick on Ana. No, he plays Kiriko too. But, if you're good enough, you can outplay your counter. That's kind of how it was.
That's
fair.
Fair.
Otherwise, you would want to run full dive. But we're just... we're playing our strengths.
Hey, play your strength. Yeah, 100%. Ryan has not been good, but you guys have played it. You guys have made it work.
We did.
Because
We
you
did make
have
it work.
Nemo.
Yeah.
Because you have
Yeah, I
Nemo.
had to bust it out on that last point there because I didn't want them to cap, but that's the only time Ryan is good in overtime situations when they have to get to cart. Because
I'm interested in the similar vein, ball versus Ryan.
Most scenarios, ball wins, except for when it's overtime and you need to be on cart because Ryan can just controls the area so well, that little circle. Ball excels when like there's a large playing field and you have to get somewhere fast or get out fast. But Ryan is more of a stationary guy, so in overtime he is better than ball.
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. My thought was, Ryan. Everyone groups up around the Ryan, and then Hamster can pile drive your whole team.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. That's why it's bad because Hamster runs through the brawl comp. He hits 5 people. That's like 20% ult charge every time.
Yep.
And he'll get mines like every 30 seconds, and you just won't live. So.
And speaking of 30 seconds, that's about how long you had in between shatters. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that Pernicio game was a joy to watch.
Oh yeah.
I was sad I wasn't there to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. Better Ryans. To get good at Ryan, you just got to learn how to build shatter fast. That's basically the key.
There you go.
The whole point of making Ryan good is making your shatter unpredictable. And to do that, you got to get it very often.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So tell me, probably one more question here. Biggest strengths of the other team, especially in that Dorado map. What were they doing? What was
their
working
Mercy?
And how was it working?
So the Dorado game, we literally lost because their Mercy was not dying. Their Mercy is like a GM top 500. And in this current meta, because Mercy can heal more when someone is half health or less. If you're good enough at Mercy, especially with the movement, because she can't die. So now she's not dying, she's finding there, and she's healing everybody, and they're not dying. It's really hard to kill anything when the Mercy is alive. If throughout the match, when we were able to kill the Mercy, they kind of just fell apart. That was their biggest strength and biggest weakness. So that's kind of what we played around there.
And we did see some Brig.
We did see some Brig. So the recent buff, when you get an instant 25 health with the armor pack, that makes her really good for protecting the other support, which is really, really important in dive because, when the ball pile drives, the other support is at half health. You need that instant healing right away.
There you go.
And also she's, survivable with the shield. So that's why she's good right now.
Yeah.
We did see some Diva for a quick second there. Didn't quite. Doesn't do well in the ball, maybe?
No. I think they went Diva for the first 30 seconds as a counter to ball. It sometimes can counter ball, but really, really not.
Would you say that Sigma's a good counter?
On a certain map, so like Circuit Royale, maybe, but most of the time you just want to run the ball.
Because my thought process when it came to Sigma versus ball is that Sigma has 2 things that he could counter the ball with. Rock, obviously, like whenever the ball pile drives down, you could just rock him CC, and then with his shield, just take out all of his mines.
Yeah, and if you can land the rocks consistently, it's really good. However, because the rock is on a relatively long cooldown, and if the ball baits it out, like you're kind of screwed because Sigma's doesn't have enough cooldowns to survive.
There you go.
But there you go.
Well, any shout outs you got? Anything else you want to add? Any
I want to thank my support line. I want to thank my deep. I just want to thank my whole team. All right, I thank you guys. It's really fun to play with people who are in the voice chat and know what they're doing. So
we appreciate
that.
That.
That's how Overwatch is. That's what Overwatch is.
Well, good stuff. Beautiful win tonight, my good sir. Beautiful stuff. Thank you everybody for coming on down, watching in the Student Life Center. Or on the stream at SVSU Cardinals on Twitch, or if you happen to watch the VOD on YouTube, we appreciate having you out here. We also have, I'm not quite sure how they were doing. We have Rocket League tonight. We can go check in and see how they were doing. But we have for the rest of the week. We got Friday. We have League of Legends. So that'll be the rest of the schedule. Thank you very much, everybody. Everybody be safe, and that'll be it. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Let's go.